Mic check, mic check. Thanks for joining another glorious week of the Posted Up podcast. This week, we're going to break down week 2 of the Watch the Throne Fantasy League. And man, last week was hectic. And man, there were some beatdowns, some close games. Obviously, I won my game because, handle business like a pro. But yeah, man, just exciting times. Football season is really special for me and everybody that I'm involved with. And just good times, relaxing on a Sunday, checking out the games, and man, just having a really good time. But, without further ado, last week I played the Cannons. I ended up winning that game 120 to 114. Dudes start off really good with Kirk, putting up a nice 30 ball, but obviously I was going to get the win. Little bro's always going to be little bro, and, some things never change. Next, we got the Battle of the Bonnets. Man, it was a really good game. We got Le Petit Corporel versus I Like It on Top. And, with our sketchy cough cough commissioner, he was able to get the win. Super disappointed because anytime he loses, dude goes into full panic mode and, just started trading away the farm. But, he handled biz and was able to get the victory. So, I guess props to him. Next, we got another Battle of Brotherly Love. We got the Autobots versus the Oilers, and the Oilers did not show up. Jamar Chase has been playing like dog shit. And, he's one of those players to where you really can't panic because eventually, he'll get that 20-point, 30-point game. But right now, the Bengals just aren't looking very good. And, hopefully they can figure it out because dude's like really exciting to watch. But Joe Burrow potentially is injured, so I don't think he's, playing at 100%. So hopefully, they can kind of get that sorted out. But the Autobots did Autobot shit, and they got the dub. For those who are listening, the Autobots picked their teams literally all Yahoo. And, they're 2-0 right now, so shit, that's something we might have to look further into. Next, we got Colorado versus the Cowboys, and Cowboys might go down as the worst fantasy team ever assembled. But I mean, they could be good. They got a lot of, number 2, number 3 players to the Cowboys' liking, but it is not looking good. Hopefully they can win this week because they got a matchup that I definitely want them to win against the Oilers. So, I'm rooting for you, Cowboys. Don't go and throw up that goose egg. Next, we got Golden Goose Guru versus the Hall Monitors. And the Hall Monitors handle business. Golden Goose, Cooper Kupp is injured, which is a big part of their team. So, he's going to have to figure it out or sell the farm. And I'm definitely not buying, but if you're getting rid of the right players, I'll definitely take a look at it. Next, we got the Spartans versus Hill from Here. Hill from Here put up fucking 60, and that's disgusting. Like, shit like that, we should really have a talk about getting people bumped down to the JV league that isn't in existence. But if we were to make one, putting up a 60 ball is nasty. But again, Hill from Here lives and dies by Tyreek. Kicked the shit out of me last week, so it feels really good that he was able to take that L. So props to the Spartans who I played this upcoming week. Next, we got Breaking the Rules versus I guess we can call him Carbon Copy Batman. We haven't really thought of a name for the fraud Batman, but Breaking the Rules came and handled business 2-0. Got a little, I'm not going to say, but Breaking the Rules, we definitely got to keep an eye on that fella. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a peek into this current week. And again, that was last week's scores. Fucking ads, I hate them so much. All right, and this week I'm playing the Spartans, and obviously got a comfortable lead, 38 points, which I'm projected 120, but I don't look at projections. I just look at my roster, and I know those fuckers are good, so I'm really happy about the matchups I got, and I think it should be a pretty comfortable win. Then we got Le Petit Corporel versus Golden Goose, a battle of close friends, and hopefully Golden Goose can get everything in line and get the win this week. Again, anytime the commissioner takes an L, that's kind of a round of applause from everybody. It's something we all want to see. Whenever he's down, we're up. So I like that energy. I like it a lot. Got the Autobots versus Fraudulent Batman. And I think, oh man, I don't think the Autobots are going to do it because they fucked up and left in Saquon Barkley. Thursday night games can typically get most people, but I think whenever it's unanimously decided that a player isn't going to play, you might just want to swap them out. That way you can avoid any complications. Old school Batman, aka the Autobots, didn't do that, and the goose egg is going to hurt him dearly. And, his quarterback, Daniel Jones, putting up 5 points doesn't help either. It's probably going to be a tough week, but again, nobody's rooting for Batman because identity theft is something that is very frowned upon. Right, next, again, we got the Cowboys versus the Oilers. I'm Team Cowboys all the way. The Oilers are my nemesis, so that rivalry is going to go until both of us die at a very old age. So, yeah, definitely rooting for the Cowboys. And, projected 86, which is more points than you put up last week. But again, gotta see something like those number 2, number 3 receivers, who a couple of his dudes have like pretty good upside, but, young rookie receivers don't really typically pan out. If you're able to get 500 yards, pretty average. 700 is a good year. 1,000 is so uncommon where you really just can't depend on those type of stats. And 1,000 is kind of the bar for like being a pretty good player. Right, and let's see, next we got I Like It on Top versus the Cannons. I just took the Cannons out to the woodshed last week. She has Christian McCaffrey, so smooth 20 points, got her ahead already. I don't know who's going to win this one, but the Cannons are definitely going to need more than their projected points if they're trying to get this dub. Right, and next we got Colorado versus Hill from here. And man, this one's looking close on paper. If I were to call it, I'd probably say Hill from here. And it's no hate towards Colorado, but anytime you got Tyreek, he's either going to give you 3 points or he's going to give you fucking 45. So if he was off last week against the pass defense, I mean, he's definitely going to try to turn it up this week. So I'm rolling Hill from here on that one. And we got Hallmonder. Again, a lot of the members of the league are family members. So we got Hallmonder, uncle versus nephew, and Hallmonder is looking like ass right now. 3.5 points after a Thursday night game is not what you want. Even with it being a tight end, you definitely got to get more production. And, for me, as I mentioned a few pods ago, like Darren Waller is a guy who I was going to avoid at all costs unless he was in the 10th or 12th round. Because, as good as he is potential-wise, he just hasn't been able to stay healthy or to really string together a complete season. So, if he finishes well this season, then maybe next year I can. But as of right now, I'm wishing him well, but, he just really hasn't been able to compile, a season that I'm willing to really bet on. Right, and really quick, we'll just go ahead and check out the matchup from last week because I got to gloat. Yeah, Fire Winner dominates. Oh, and by the way, my team's named Fire Winners because I let my kid pick out the team name. And, this weekend we'll look at the roster together and see if we need to make any adjustments on the name. But again, Fire Winner, just a sick ass name, and like it definitely, benefited me this past week. But yeah, look at those fucking stats, man. Like down early, the crowd's against me, friends against me, group chat talking shit, but hey, winners are gonna win. And I was able to do what I had to do, and Deshaun Watson is on the bench because that motherfucker let it get way too close. All right, and I guess real quick, I'll just go ahead and show everybody the upcoming NFL schedule, then I'll call it a night. Because again, this was just a night for me to talk shit, gloat, just kind of puff my chest out. But again, grateful for anybody who's able to tune in and just follow along the shenanigans of our league, and hopefully it'll help you out in your league. Right, and again, last night had the Thursday night game. San Fran handled business. Debo got me a lot of monies, and I like a lot of monies. Daniel Jones looking pedestrian as fuck, but again, San Fran defense is fucking ferocious, so he's gonna make a lot of quarterbacks look like that on a weekly basis. Right, and I'll start from the top, go to the bottom. God, I don't know why the NFL made their shit like this, but whatever. All right, noon game, we got the Colts versus Ravens. I'm going Baltimore all the way on that. Also, we got the Titans versus Browns. That one, I'm leaning Cleveland. Even though Chubb went down, I still think Cleveland has the better defense, and Watson's got to play better. If not, it's going to be getting really loud over in that camp. Right, next we got the Falcons versus Lions. Lions are 1-1, Falcons undefeated. Me being a Buccaneers fan, I definitely need the Lions to go ahead and pull this one out, so going Lions on that one. Next, we got the Saints versus Packers. Packers have been looking pretty good. Last week, they weren't able to close it out against the the Falcons. So yeah, I'm hoping the Packers get this win because again, being a Bucs fan, I need anybody in the division to take a L. But I do think the Packers aren't the better team. I think the Saints have a better defense, and they just seem to be kind of a slow pace but a complete team. If money was on the line, I would go Saints, but nothing's on the line, so I'm betting with my heart. So Packers all day. Right, next we got the Texans versus Jags. Jags look not good last week. Granted they were playing the Chiefs, but again, you definitely got to put up more than I think maybe 9 points was their final score. So Texans are 0-2, but I think they're one of those sneaky 0-2 teams. Division opponents right here, so all those games are tough because the coaching staff and the players typically know each other very well. I could see this one being kind of a solid scoring game, maybe a 21-31 game in the Jags' favor, but yeah, I'm going Jags on this one. I think they'll pick it up from their performance last week. Right, and next we got the Dolphins versus Broncos, and the Broncos haven't shown me shit that suggests they're going to win more than 3 to 4 games this season. Russ definitely is having a fall from grace. Sean Payton's trying to get everything together, but as much as they want to win this season, I think it's going to be kind of one of those, all right, who wants to be here, who doesn't? Maybe they deal Russ, even though he's making a lot of money, they can try to figure it out. But again, I think the Dolphins, they're just the much better team, and Patrick Surtain can only do so much. So yeah, I can definitely see this one getting out of hand pretty early. All right, next we got the Chargers and Vikings, both the winless teams. Whoever loses this game is going to be on the fucking hot seat. Like if the Vikings lose, it's been rumors about, the Jets trying to trade for Kirk, which would be kind of weird because, yeah, it would be really hard for them to, kind of have Kirk under contract with Aaron coming back next year. But I mean, with that collateral, they could deal him again, and yeah, I'm not sure how that would work out, but, hopefully Jefferson can, find a quarterback if Kirk is to leave, Yeah, but I'm rolling Chargers on this one, though. I just think they got to figure it out. Like, they're a really good team. They've just kind of had some bad misfortune this year, but yeah, I'm going to roll Chargers on that. Pats versus Jets, I'm going Patriots all the way on that one. 0-2, the Jets got one win, but again, they beat a division opponent on a Monday night after Aaron went down. And I just think the Patriots defensive scheme is just always pretty intense, so they're going to make it really, really hard out there. Right, and then we got Bills and Commanders. I'm actually gonna roll Commanders on this one. I think Vietnamese really had them playing super good. The Bills, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, they're 1-1. They lost, week number 1, week 2. They put everything back together, but you know what? Just for the fuck of it, I'm gonna roll Commanders on this one. Seahawks versus Panthers. Bryce Young isn't even playing, so this one's gonna be a fucking blowout. Seahawks all the way on that. Cowboys versus Cardinals should be a blowout, even though they lost Diggs, which is unfortunate because dude just seems like good vibes all day every day. But yeah, even with him being gone, they still got Gilmore out on the edge, so yeah, I can see this one being a real nasty blowout. Right, next we got Bears versus Chiefs. Forever and ever and ever is gonna haunt the fuck out of the Bears for not picking Patrick Mahomes. Like, yeah, it's debatable to say if a player would be, good or bad depending on what team they do, because as we know, coaching, front office, player personnel, and all that plays a big factor. But you cannot pass on Patrick Mahomes, especially who did they take? Damn, doesn't matter. But anywho, they made the wrong pick. Right, and Sunday night we got Steelers versus Raiders. Both teams are 1-1. Steelers coming off a Monday night win. Raiders had a big victory, that I don't know. I'm unsure about the Raiders. They got a lot of internal drama that seems to be going on with Chandler Jones, but you know what? I'm going to roll Steelers on this one. I think Jimmy G is going to have a lot of pressure in his lap. And, anytime an unmobile quarterback's getting pressure right up the gut, it's going to be really hard to, kind of sustain any type of confidence throughout the game. So definitely rolling Steelers on that one. And Monday night, everybody knows I'm a Bucks fan, so I'm rolling Bucks all day. Philly's secondary has been getting cooked pretty consistently, this season. And I think Mike Evans is going to do work. I'll give him, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't think they're going to let anything get over the top, but I think they'll just eat them up through the middle. And yeah, the Bucks are looking really good. Who knows how long it's going to last, but again, early in the year, I predicted 10-7 for us. So if we can do better than that, that'd be awesome. But, making it to the playoffs is the first priority. Then anything over that's like icing on the cake. And for the second Monday night game, it's going to be Rams versus Bengals. The Rams have been looking really good. Bengals have been looking really bad. But that being said, though, I think the Rams are frauds. They're playing, out of their minds, this past season, but yeah, I'm definitely going to roll Bengals on that. I think that's how they get their first win. And, good Bengals fashion, just putting some points up and putting that pressure on the Rams D. Putting back here pretty soon, but yeah, it is what it is. Peace.